In a bustling city where skyscrapers kissed the clouds and dreams were woven into the fabric of everyday life, lived a man named Arjun. He was an ordinary husband, a devoted father, and a quiet observer of the world around him. With a warm smile and an infectious laugh, Arjun was well liked in his community. However, beneath the surface of his cheerful demeanor lay a story of struggle that few knew about. Arjun worked as a middle manager in a prominent tech firm. His days were filled with meetings, deadlines, and the relentless pursuit of success. Yet, despite his hard work and dedication, he often felt overshadowed by his colleagues, men who had connections and privileges that he lacked. Arjun was a first-generation immigrant, having moved to this city with hopes of providing a better life for his family. His wife, Meera, was his rock, supporting him through every challenge they faced. But as time went on, Arjun began to notice subtle shifts in how he was treated at work. He would overhear whispered conversations in the break room, where colleagues dismissed his ideas as impractical or irrelevant. At team meetings, his contributions were often overlooked or attributed to others. It was as if an invisible barrier separated him from the opportunities that seemed to come so easily to those around him. The prejudice he faced was not always overt. It often manifested in microaggressions, small comments that chipped away at his confidence. One day, after a particularly grueling meeting where his proposal had been shot down without consideration, Arjun returned home feeling defeated. As he walked through the door, he was greeted by the laughter of his children playing in the living room. Their joy momentarily lifted his spirits. Meera noticed the change in his demeanor and asked what was wrong. "It's just work," Arjun sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I feel like I'm fighting an uphill battle every day. No matter how hard I try, it's never enough." Meera sat beside him, her expression one of understanding and concern. "You're talented and hardworking, Arjun. Don't let them make you feel otherwise. You have so much to offer." Her words resonated with him, but doubt lingered in his mind like a persistent shadow. As days turned into weeks, the weight of prejudice began to take its toll on Arjun's self-esteem. He started questioning his abilities and whether he truly belonged in that world of corporate ambition. However, fate had other plans for him. One evening, as he scrolled through social media while waiting for dinner to be ready, Arjun stumbled upon a post about an upcoming entrepreneurship competition aimed at empowering underrepresented voices in business. The competition promised not only financial support for the winners but also mentorship from successful entrepreneurs who had once faced similar challenges. A spark ignited within him, a flicker of hope that perhaps this was an opportunity to reclaim his narrative. He shared the idea with Meera over dinner that night. "What if I enter this competition? It could be my chance to show what I can do," he proposed. Meera's eyes lit up with excitement. "You should. This could be your moment to shine and prove everyone wrong." Encouraged by her unwavering belief in him, Arjun made the decision to enter the competition. He spent nights crafting a business plan that reflected not only his professional expertise but also his personal experiences with prejudice and resilience. His idea focused on creating an inclusive platform that connected skilled immigrants with job opportunities tailored to their talents, a venture born from his own struggles. As he prepared for the competition, Arjun felt a renewed sense of purpose surging within him. He realized that while prejudice might have tried to dim his light, it could not extinguish it completely. With every pitch practice session with Meera and every late-night brainstorming session fueled by coffee and determination, he transformed his pain into passion. Little did he know that this journey would not only challenge societal norms but also lead him toward an unexpected comeback, one that would redefine not just his career but also inspire countless others who faced similar battles against prejudice. As the day of the competition approached, Arjun felt both anxious and excited. This was more than just a chance to win, it was an opportunity to stand up against the biases that had held him back for too long. With Meera by his side and their children cheering him on from home, Arjun prepared to step into a spotlight that had long eluded him. This introduction sets up Arjun's character and establishes the themes of power and prejudice while hinting at his upcoming journey toward overcoming these challenges. It aims to engage viewers emotionally while providing context for what is to come in later segments of your video story. As the days turned into weeks, Arjun found himself caught in a relentless cycle of frustration and self-doubt. Each morning, he donned his crisp shirt and tie, a uniform that felt increasingly suffocating as he walked into the office. The bright lights and polished floors of the tech firm, once a symbol of opportunity, now felt like a battleground where he was constantly on the defensive. Despite his qualifications and experience, Arjun noticed that he was often excluded from critical meetings. His colleagues would discuss projects and strategies without inviting him to contribute. When he did manage to voice his ideas, they were frequently met with skepticism or outright dismissal. It was as if his words were invisible, lost in the air before they could take root. One afternoon, during a particularly tense meeting about an upcoming product launch, Arjun had prepared a detailed presentation. He had spent hours analyzing market trends and consumer feedback, crafting a proposal that he believed could significantly enhance their strategy. As he stood before his colleagues, flipping through slides filled with data and insights, he felt a surge of hope. But as he spoke, he noticed his boss, Mr. Kapoor, shifting uncomfortably in his chair. The moment Arjun suggested incorporating user feedback from diverse demographics into their marketing strategy, Mr. Kapoor interrupted him with a dismissive wave of his hand. "Let's stick to what we know works," he said curtly. "We don't need to complicate things with unnecessary data." Arjun's heart sank. He could feel the weight of judgment in the room as several colleagues nodded in agreement. It was a familiar feeling, the sting of prejudice rearing its head just when he thought he might be making progress. After the meeting, Arjun retreated to his desk, feeling defeated. He glanced at his computer screen but couldn't focus on the tasks at hand. Instead, his mind replayed the meeting over and over, the dismissive tone of Mr. Kapoor, the nodding heads of his peers who seemed to share a collective bias against him. It was exhausting. That evening at home, Mira noticed something was off as soon as he walked through the door. "You look troubled," she said gently as she set down her cooking utensils. "It's just work," Arjun replied, trying to brush it off. "Just work. You've been saying that for weeks now," she pressed gently. "What happened today?" With a heavy sigh, Arjun recounted the events of the day, the meeting, the rejection of his ideas, and how it felt like he was fighting an uphill battle against an invisible wall. Mira listened intently, her expression shifting from concern to determination. "You have to stand up for yourself," she encouraged him. "Your ideas are valuable. Don't let them silence you." Arjun appreciated her support but felt trapped in a system that seemed rigged against him. He began to wonder if it was worth continuing in an environment where he felt marginalized and undervalued. As weeks passed, things only seemed to worsen. The atmosphere at work became increasingly toxic for him. Rumors circulated about his capabilities, whispers followed him down the hallways like shadows. Colleagues who once greeted him warmly began to avoid eye contact or engage in hushed conversations whenever he approached. One day, during lunch with a few coworkers who had previously been friendly, Arjun overheard them discussing an upcoming promotion opportunity that had just been announced. "Who do you think will get it?" one asked casually. "I heard they're looking for someone with strong leadership skills," another replied with a smirk. "Not sure that guy can handle it." Arjun's heart raced as he realized they were talking about him, the guy they deemed unfit for leadership because of their preconceived notions about his background and abilities. Feeling crushed by their judgmental remarks, Arjun left the cafeteria without finishing his meal. He wandered outside for some fresh air, seeking solace from the oppressive atmosphere inside. As he stood on a bench overlooking the city skyline, he reflected on how far removed he felt from his dreams that had brought him here in search of success and acceptance. That evening at home was no different. Arjun struggled to shake off the negativity that clung to him like a second skin. Mira tried her best to uplift him but sensed that something deeper was troubling him, a feeling of helplessness that threatened to consume him whole. "Arjun," she said softly one night after putting their children to bed, "what if we take this opportunity seriously? The entrepreneurship competition. You have so much potential, maybe it's time you show them what you're capable of." He looked at her with uncertainty. "What if I fail? What if they laugh at me? I can't bear another rejection." Mira took his hands in hers firmly but gently. "You faced rejection before, you know what it feels like. But this time is different. You're not just fighting for acceptance, you're fighting for your vision and your future." Her words resonated within him like a distant echo, awakening dormant hopes buried beneath layers of doubt and fear. Perhaps this competition could be more than just an attempt to prove himself. It could be an avenue for change, not only for him but also for others who face similar struggles. With newfound resolve igniting within him, Arjun decided to channel all his frustrations into preparing for the competition. He spent late nights researching successful business models and honing his pitch while balancing family responsibilities during the day. However, even as he poured himself into this new venture, remnants of prejudice lingered around him like shadows, refusing to fade away completely. One particularly challenging day at work brought everything to a head when Mr. Kapoor called an impromptu meeting to discuss team performance metrics, an opportunity that would typically be collaborative but quickly devolved into blame shifting among team members regarding project failures. When it was Arjun's turn to speak up about potential solutions based on feedback from clients' feedback that had been largely ignored, he felt a surge of adrenaline mixed with apprehension coursing through him. I believe we can improve our outreach strategies by focusing on diverse customer segments, Arjun proposed confidently despite knowing how previous suggestions had been dismissed outright. Mr. Kapoor's reaction was immediate, a scoff followed by sarcastic remarks aimed at undermining Arjun's credibility in front of their peers. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, we need practical solutions here. The laughter from some colleagues echoed painfully in Arjun's ears as humiliation washed over him, like cold water on a winter morning, a stark reminder that no matter how hard he tried or how valid his ideas were deemed by others outside this bubble, it would never be enough within these walls, tainted by prejudice. That night, after returning home dejectedly yet again, while grappling with feelings of inadequacy and despair, Mira reached out once more. You can't let them define who you are. Remember why you started this journey. Your vision matters. In those moments filled with doubt and uncertainty, her unwavering belief became both balm and fuel, igniting something deep inside Arjun, a flicker of defiance against all odds stacked against him. As days turned into nights filled with tireless preparation for both work commitments alongside competition entries, Arjun began finding solace, not only within himself but also among those who shared similar experiences outside corporate confines. Friends from various backgrounds who understood firsthand what it meant navigating spaces filled with prejudice while striving toward success against all odds stacked high above them. Each conversation sparked inspiration, reminding him why resilience mattered more than ever before, why standing tall amidst adversity could pave pathways toward change, not just personally but collectively too. With every passing day leading up to competition day, the stakes grew higher, yet so did determination coursing through veins fueled by passion-driven purpose. Beyond mere accolades or recognition, it became about creating ripples large enough, shifting tides toward inclusivity, opening doors previously shut tight against those deemed less than, simply due differences beyond control. This segment explores Arjun's internal conflict, as well as external challenges stemming from prejudice at work, while laying groundwork for transformation leading into next parts where resilience shines through, ultimately paving way toward unexpected comebacks. As the day of the entrepreneurship competition approached, Arjun felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. He had poured his heart and soul into his business plan, refining every detail and rehearsing his pitch until it flowed seamlessly. Yet, the nagging voice of self-doubt still lingered in the back of his mind. Would he be able to rise above the prejudices he faced in his professional life? Would he finally prove to himself and to others that he was more than just a statistic? On the morning of the competition, Arjun woke up early, his heart racing with anticipation. The sun had just begun to rise, casting a golden hue over the city. He took a moment to breathe deeply, grounding himself in the present. Mira was already awake, preparing breakfast for their children. She could sense his nervous energy and offered him a reassuring smile. "You've got this," she said as she placed a plate of toast in front of him. "Remember, this is your moment to shine. Just be yourself." Her words filled him with warmth and courage. After breakfast, he dressed meticulously in a suit that he had saved for special occasions, a reminder of the dreams he had chased since arriving in this city. He looked in the mirror and saw not just a man burdened by prejudice, but someone ready to fight for his vision. Arriving at the venue, Arjun was struck by the energy in the air. The auditorium buzzed with excitement as participants from diverse backgrounds gathered, each with their unique stories and aspirations. It was a stark contrast to the environment at his workplace, a place where he often felt isolated and undervalued. As he mingled with other contestants, Arjun felt a sense of camaraderie among them. Many shared similar experiences of facing bias and discrimination on their paths to success. They exchanged stories of resilience and hope, fueling each other's spirits as they prepared for their pitches. When it was finally Arjun's turn to present, he took a deep breath and stepped onto the stage. The bright lights illuminated him as he glanced at the audience, judges who were successful entrepreneurs themselves, along with fellow competitors eager to hear his story. "Good afternoon, everyone," he began, his voice steadied despite the fluttering in his stomach. "My name is Arjun Patel, and today I'm here to share not just a business idea but a vision born from my own experiences navigating prejudice in the workplace." He launched into his pitch, detailing how his platform aimed to connect skilled immigrants with job opportunities that aligned with their talents and experiences. He spoke passionately about inclusivity and representation in hiring practices, sharing personal anecdotes that resonated with many in the room. As he spoke about the challenges faced by immigrants like himself, those who often found themselves overlooked or underestimated, he noticed nods of understanding from both judges and audience members alike. The energy shifted. It was as if they were no longer just listening but connecting with him on a deeper level. When he concluded his presentation, there was a moment of silence before applause erupted throughout the auditorium. Arjun felt an overwhelming rush of emotion. This was validation not just for his business idea, but for all those who had ever felt marginalized or dismissed. Afterward, during the QA session, one of the judges, a successful businesswoman named Maya, asked him about his plans for scaling the platform. How do you intend to ensure that your mission remains at the forefront as you grow? Arjun smiled, grateful for the question that allowed him to delve deeper into his vision. I believe that growth should never come at the expense of our values, he replied confidently. I plan to build partnerships with organizations that prioritize diversity and inclusion while continuously gathering feedback from our users to adapt our services according to their needs. The judges nodded appreciatively as Arjun articulated not just a business model but a commitment to social responsibility, a principle that resonated deeply within him. As he left the stage, exhilaration coursed through him like electricity. It was more than just a competition, it was an affirmation of everything he had fought against, the prejudice that had sought to define him but ultimately fueled his fire. The event concluded with networking sessions where contestants mingled with industry leaders and potential investors. Arjun found himself surrounded by people eager to learn more about his platform. Conversations flowed effortlessly as he shared ideas and forged connections that could help propel his venture forward. Among those who approached him was Maya, one of the judges who had asked insightful questions during his pitch. I was truly impressed by your presentation, she said warmly. Your passion for inclusion is palpable, and I believe there's great potential in your idea. Arjun felt a surge of hope at her words. Thank you. I've experienced firsthand how important it is for everyone to have equal opportunities in their careers. Maya nodded thoughtfully. If you're open to it, I'd love to discuss mentorship opportunities further down the line. I think you have what it takes to make this vision a reality. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Arjun thanked her profusely as they exchanged contact information before parting ways. This connection felt like a turning point and opportunity, not only for professional growth but also validation that change was possible. As days turned into weeks following the competition, Arjun found himself riding high on newfound momentum. With Mira's unwavering support and encouragement from mentors like Maya guiding him along this path, he began laying down plans for launching his platform, while simultaneously working on securing funding through various channels. However, even amidst this whirlwind of progress, old habits die hard. Remnants of prejudice still lingered within corporate walls, where colleagues continued doubting him despite external validation gained through competitions or accolades received elsewhere. One afternoon back at work, Arjun overheard snippets from conversations echoing around him once again. Whispers about promotions being discussed behind closed doors without any consideration given towards those who didn't fit certain molds defined by biases ingrained deep within company culture itself. Feeling frustrated yet determined not to let negativity seep into newfound aspirations, he decided it was time to take action beyond individual pursuits alone. Perhaps there lay strength found within collective voices yearning for change too. That evening, after finishing up tasks at work, Arjun reached out via email inviting colleagues interested discussing diversity initiatives over coffee next week and attempt bridge gaps between differing perspectives while fostering dialogue around inclusivity within workplace culture itself. To his surprise, the response was overwhelmingly positive. Colleagues expressed interest joining discussions aimed at creating actionable steps toward fostering a more inclusive environment where everyone felt valued regardless background or experience levels held. As they gathered around coffee tables sharing ideas, brainstorming initiatives aimed at promoting diversity, Arjun found himself invigorated by energy surrounding them. Conversations flowed freely as they explored ways amplifying voices often overlooked while ensuring representation mattered across all levels within organization itself. This collaborative effort sparked momentum, leading toward tangible changes implemented gradually over time. Workshops organized focusing on unconscious bias, training sessions held regularly encouraging open dialogue amongst teams, fostering understanding, empathy, bridging divides previously unaddressed. Through these efforts, Arjun began witnessing shifts occurring slowly yet surely within workplace culture itself. Colleagues started recognizing value brought forth through diversity, embracing differences rather than shunning them away. One day during team meeting held few months later, Mr. Kapoor unexpectedly acknowledged contributions made towards fostering inclusivity, praising collective efforts showcased by team members working together toward common goal, creating positive impact across organization. For Arjun, it felt like culmination. Everything fought against finally paying off, no longer defined solely by prejudices faced, instead celebrated triumphs achieved together, paving pathways toward brighter future filled hope possibility. With every small victory celebrated together, they realized true power found within unity, standing strong against adversities faced, collectively forging ahead towards shared aspirations, transforming workplaces into spaces where everyone thrived regardless background held. As weeks turned into months, the platform Arjun envisioned began taking shape, gaining traction among users who resonated deeply with the mission behind it. Stories poured in from individuals sharing how newfound opportunities transformed lives, empowering them to pursue dreams once thought unattainable due to barriers faced previously. And through tireless efforts fueled passion, determination, the unexpected comeback unfolded, not only personally but also collectively, inspiring others rise above challenges encountered along the way, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. This segment captures Arjun's transformative journey as he begins to overcome prejudice through resilience and collaboration, while laying groundwork for ultimate resolution ahead. Months passed since the entrepreneurship competition, and Arjun's platform, designed to connect skilled immigrants with job opportunities, had gained significant traction. The initial feedback was overwhelmingly positive. Users were not only signing up but also sharing their success stories. Each narrative was a testament to the platform's mission, empowering individuals who had long been marginalized in the job market. Arjun found himself busier than ever, juggling his responsibilities at work while nurturing his startup. The momentum was exhilarating but also exhausting. He often stayed up late, drafting proposals for potential partnerships and refining the user experience based on feedback from early adopters. Mira remained his steadfast supporter, encouraging him during moments of doubt and celebrating every small victory along the way. One evening, as they sat together after putting their children to bed, Arjun shared his latest achievements with Mira. "We've just secured a partnership with a local nonprofit that helps immigrants with job training. They're going to promote our platform to their network." His eyes sparkled with excitement. "That's amazing," Mira exclaimed, her pride evident. "You're making a real difference, Arjun. This is what you've always wanted." Yet despite the success, Arjun couldn't shake the feeling that he was still fighting against the prejudices that had plagued him for so long. While he had made strides in creating an inclusive platform, he often found himself reflecting on the challenges he faced at his corporate job. The contrast between his entrepreneurial journey and his experiences in the corporate world was stark. One afternoon at work, during a routine meeting with Mr. Kapoor and other senior managers, Arjun felt a familiar tension in the air. They were discussing diversity initiatives within the company, an area where progress had been painfully slow, despite the collective efforts of many employees. "While we've made some improvements," Mr. Kapoor began, "I think we need to focus on results rather than just initiatives. We can't afford to compromise our standards." Arjun's heart raced as he listened to his boss's words. It was a sentiment he had heard before, the idea that diversity could somehow dilute quality. He felt a surge of frustration but also a sense of responsibility. This was an opportunity to speak up not just for himself but for all those who had been overlooked and undervalued. "Mr. Kapoor," Arjun interjected cautiously but firmly, "I believe that diversity and quality are not mutually exclusive. In fact, diverse teams often outperform homogeneous ones because they bring different perspectives and ideas to the table." The room fell silent as everyone turned to look at him. Mr. Kapoor raised an eyebrow but didn't respond immediately. Arjun continued, emboldened by the progress he had made through his platform. "By embracing diversity, we can enhance our creativity and innovation," he added. "I've seen it firsthand through my own venture. When people from different backgrounds come together, they create solutions that resonate with a broader audience." After what felt like an eternity, Mr. Kapoor finally spoke. "I appreciate your input, Arjun. Let's consider your perspective as we move forward." There was no immediate acknowledgement of his point, but at least it wasn't dismissed outright. As Arjun left the meeting room, he felt a mix of relief and apprehension. He knew that change wouldn't happen overnight, but every small step mattered. It was crucial for him to continue advocating for inclusivity within his workplace, while also nurturing his entrepreneurial aspirations. In the following weeks, Arjun organized informal lunch and learn sessions at work where employees could share their experiences related to diversity and inclusion. These gatherings fostered open dialogue among colleagues who had previously avoided discussing such topics due to fear or discomfort. To his surprise, attendance grew steadily as more people began sharing their stories, some inspiring while others heartbreaking, about how biases had affected their careers and personal lives alike. These conversations created a sense of community within the office. Individuals who once felt isolated found solidarity in shared experiences. Meanwhile, Arjun's platform continued to flourish outside of work as well. The partnership with the nonprofit organization proved fruitful. Together, they launched workshops aimed at equipping immigrants with essential skills needed in today's job market, while promoting Arjun's platform as a resource for connecting talent with employers seeking diverse candidates. As word spread about these initiatives, more organizations began reaching out, eager to collaborate joint efforts toward fostering inclusivity across industries. It felt surreal witnessing tangible change unfold before his eyes, a testament proving that resilience could indeed pave pathways toward progress. One day, while attending one such workshop hosted by their nonprofit partner, Arjun met Maria, a young immigrant from Colombia, who had recently secured her first job through his platform after months struggling to navigate complex hiring processes, filled barriers she never anticipated facing upon arrival. Maria approached him afterward, beaming with gratitude. "Thank you so much for creating this opportunity. I never thought I'd find a job in my field here. It felt impossible until I discovered your platform." Her words struck deep chords within him, reminding why he started this journey: the desire not only uplift himself but also empower others like Maria, reclaim dreams long thought unattainable due to systemic obstacles faced daily. As weeks turned into months, the impact of both his startup efforts alongside advocacy initiatives within corporate walls began resonating beyond mere numbers. They sparked conversations around redefining workplace culture, embracing differences rather than shunning them away. However, amidst successes came challenges too. Navigating complexities, balancing dual roles, often left him feeling stretched thin, juggling responsibilities between family life, entrepreneurship demands, while striving to maintain sanity amidst chaos. One evening, after returning home late from yet another networking event, Arjun found Mira waiting up for him, anxious expression etched across her face. "You've been working so hard lately. I'm worried you're burning out." He sighed heavily, sinking down onto couch beside her. "I know. It's just so much happening right now. I want this platform to succeed. I want us to create meaningful change, but sometimes feels overwhelming." Mira took hold of his hand, squeezing gently. "You don't have to do this alone. Remember, we're in this together. Let's find balance again, prioritize self-care amidst all hustle." Her words resonated deeply, reminding him importance nurturing relationships beyond professional pursuits, rekindling connections family friends often overlooked during whirlwind journey chasing dreams. Determined to regain equilibrium, Arjun carved out time each week dedicated solely family activities, exploring parks nearby, enjoying simple pleasures life offered. Whether playing games with kids, cooking together, evenings laughter echoed throughout home, filled warmth, love, shared moments cherished forever, etched memories hearts. As summer approached, Arjun received an invitation to speak at a national conference focused on diversity in tech industries, a chance to share insights gained through personal experiences along journey, creating impactful solutions fostering inclusivity workplaces. Standing before audience-filled, eager faces listening intently, he felt nervous yet exhilarated, knowing opportunity share message resonated deeply within him. He spoke passionately about importance embracing differences, highlighting stories individuals transformed lives thanks platforms like his, bridging gaps previously unaddressed. Afterward, during QA session, a young woman approached him shyly. "I'm just starting my career. How do I overcome biases I might face?" Arjun smiled warmly, encouraging her, "Believe in yourself. Surround yourself supportive people who uplift you. Never hesitate to speak up when faced unfairness. It takes courage, but change begins one voice at a time." As applause echoed through auditorium signaling end event, he stepped off stage feeling fulfilled, knowing every conversation mattered, every story shared could inspire others rise above challenges encountered along the way. Returning home later that night, he found Mira waiting eagerly, asking how it went. "It was incredible. I shared our story, the journey, everything led us here today." Her eyes sparkled with pride. "You're making such an impact, Arjun. I'm so proud of you." In those moments filled joy, gratitude reflected upon everything achieved thus far. The unexpected comeback wasn't merely about personal success anymore. It became collective movement, inspiring others embrace their identities, pursue dreams, despite obstacles faced along the way, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. As seasons changed, so did perspectives surrounding workplace inclusivity, slowly yet surely shifting toward embracing diversity, celebrating differences rather than fearing them. Conversations once hushed became loud, vibrant discussions, encouraging collaboration, fostering understanding, empathy, bridging divides previously unaddressed. Reflecting back on this journey, Arjun realized true power lay not just within individual pursuits alone, but rather collective voices yearning change, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. Through trials, tribulations faced alongside victories celebrated together, they forged bonds, strengthened resolve, empowering one another, rise above challenges encountered, ultimately transforming workplaces into spaces where everyone thrived regardless background held. Looking ahead toward future-filled hope possibility, Arjun knew challenges would arise yet remained confident, knowing strength found unity, standing strong against adversities faced, collectively forging ahead toward shared aspirations, transforming workplaces into spaces where everyone thrived, regardless background held. And so the unexpected comeback unfolded, not only personally but also collectively, inspiring others rise above challenges encountered along the way, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. This final segment wraps up Arjun's transformative journey by highlighting his achievements while reflecting on the importance of community support and resilience in overcoming prejudice and creating positive change in both personal and professional realms. As the months rolled on, Arjun found himself at a pivotal moment in his life. His platform for connecting skilled immigrants with job opportunities had not only gained traction but had also begun to create a ripple effect throughout the community. Stories of success poured in from users who had found jobs, launched their own businesses, or gained valuable skills through workshops organized by his nonprofit partners. Each success story reaffirmed Arjun's belief in the power of diversity and inclusion. However, as his venture grew, so did the responsibilities that came with it. Arjun was no longer just a founder, he had become a leader in advocating for immigrant rights and workplace inclusivity. He was invited to speak at conferences, participate in panels, and even consult with companies looking to improve their diversity initiatives. With each engagement, he felt a sense of duty to represent those who had been marginalized and to amplify their voices. One day, while preparing for an upcoming conference on diversity in tech, Arjun received an unexpected call from Mr. Kapoor. The tone of the conversation was markedly different from their previous interactions. Mr. Kapoor began hesitantly, "I wanted to reach out personally after seeing the impact your platform has made. I've been thinking about our previous discussions on diversity and inclusion." Arjun was taken aback. "Really? I appreciate that, Mr. Kapoor. It means a lot to me. I'd like to propose a partnership between your platform and our company," Mr. Kapoor continued. "We want to implement more inclusive hiring practices and believe your insights could help us reshape our approach." Arjun felt a surge of hope mixed with skepticism. This was the moment he had longed for, the chance to create systemic change within an organization that had previously overlooked him and others like him. "I'd be happy to discuss how we can work together," he replied cautiously. Over the next few weeks, Arjun collaborated closely with Mr. Kapoor and his team to develop a comprehensive diversity initiative tailored for their company. They organized training sessions on unconscious bias, created mentorship programs for underrepresented employees, and established partnerships with local organizations that focused on workforce development. As these initiatives rolled out, Arjun witnessed a gradual shift in workplace culture. Colleagues who had once dismissed him began engaging in meaningful conversations about diversity and inclusion. They started recognizing the value of diverse perspectives not just as a moral imperative but as a business strategy that could enhance creativity and innovation. During one of the training sessions, Arjun shared his personal journey with the employees, how he had faced prejudice, and how it fueled his passion for creating opportunities for others. The room was filled with empathy as colleagues listened intently, some even sharing their own experiences of feeling marginalized. "I realize that we all have stories," Arjun said passionately. "And it's those stories that shape who we are as individuals and as a company. Embracing our differences will only make us stronger." The response was overwhelmingly positive. Employees expressed gratitude for the opportunity to learn and grow together. Many began taking active roles in promoting inclusivity within their teams, leading discussions on how they could implement changes within their departments. As Arjun continued to balance his corporate responsibilities with his entrepreneurial endeavors, he found himself reflecting on the broader impact of his work. He began organizing community events where immigrants could share their skills and experiences with local businesses seeking talent. These events not only provided networking opportunities but also fostered understanding between different cultures. One such event was held at a local community center, where Arjun invited various companies to meet with skilled immigrants looking for work. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement as participants exchanged ideas, resumes, and stories over coffee and pastries. Maria, a young woman who had secured her first job through Arjun's platform, was now working as an event coordinator for one of these gatherings. She approached him during the event with enthusiasm shining in her eyes. "Arjun, look at all these people connecting," she exclaimed. "It's amazing to see how far we've come since I first joined your platform." He smiled back at her, pride swelling within him. "You're doing incredible work here, Maria. You're helping others find opportunities just like you did." As the event progressed, Arjun noticed an older gentleman sitting quietly at one of the tables, his demeanor reserved yet observant. Intrigued by his presence, Arjun approached him. "Hello. I'm Arjun," he introduced himself warmly. "Nice to meet you," the man replied slowly. "I'm Rajesh. I've been looking for work but haven't had much luck lately." Arjun sensed a hint of resignation in Rajesh's voice but also determination beneath it. "What field are you in?" "I'm an engineer," Rajesh said softly but proudly. "Let's connect you with some companies here," Arjun suggested enthusiastically. "There are several employers interested in finding talent like yours." As they spoke further about Rajesh's experiences and aspirations, Arjun learned that he had faced numerous challenges since arriving in the country years ago, barriers that often felt insurmountable due to systemic biases entrenched within hiring processes themselves. Inspired by Rajesh's story, Arjun made it his mission to ensure everyone attending these events felt empowered, equipped to navigate complexity's job market regardless background held. Over time, these community gatherings grew larger, attracting more participants eager to learn, connect, share experiences while fostering understanding, bridging divides previously unaddressed. As word spread about Arjun's efforts, the local media caught wind of his initiatives, leading to interviews, articles highlighting transformative impact created through collaborations between immigrants, businesses alike. With each article published, Arjun felt both pride and humility, knowing recognition wasn't merely about him but rather collective movement, inspiring others rise above challenges encountered along the way, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. One day, while attending an interview session hosted by a local news station, Arjun received unexpected surprise when Maria joined him on camera, sharing her journey alongside him. Together they spoke passionately, advocating importance, embracing differences, celebrating unique perspectives, shaping vibrant communities filled hope possibility. As they wrapped up filming, Maria turned toward him beaming, "Thank you for believing in me. I wouldn't be here without your support." Her words struck deep chords within him, reminding why started this journey: the desire to uplift others, empower them, reclaim dreams long thought unattainable due to systemic obstacles faced daily. Meanwhile, back at work, things continued shifting positively. Employees began taking ownership, fostering inclusive culture, celebrating diversity rather than fearing it. Initiatives implemented sparked conversations around redefining workplace norms, encouraging collaboration, understanding, empathy, bridging divides previously unaddressed. However, amidst successes came challenges too, navigating complexities, balancing dual roles, often left feeling stretched thin, juggling responsibilities between family life, entrepreneurship demands while striving to maintain sanity amidst chaos. One evening, after returning home late from yet another networking event, Arjun found Mira waiting eagerly, asking how it went. "It was incredible. We shared our stories, the journey, everything led us here today." Her eyes sparkled with pride. "You're making such an impact, Arjun. I'm so proud of you." In those moments filled joy, gratitude reflected upon everything achieved thus far. The unexpected comeback wasn't merely about personal success anymore. It became collective movement, inspiring others embrace their identities, pursue dreams, despite obstacles faced along the way, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. As seasons changed, so did perspectives surrounding workplace inclusivity, slowly yet surely shifting toward embracing diversity, celebrating differences rather than fearing them. Conversations once hushed became loud, vibrant discussions, encouraging collaboration, fostering understanding, empathy, bridging divides previously unaddressed. Reflecting back on this journey, Arjun realized true power lay not just within individual pursuits alone, but rather collective voices yearning change, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. Through trials, tribulations faced alongside victories celebrated together, they forged bonds, strengthened resolve, empowering one another rise above challenges encountered, ultimately transforming workplaces into spaces where everyone thrived regardless background held. Looking ahead toward future-filled hope possibility, Arjun knew challenges would arise yet remained confident, knowing strength found unity, standing strong against adversities faced collectively, forging ahead toward shared aspirations, transforming workplaces into spaces where everyone thrived, regardless background held. And so the unexpected comeback unfolded, not only personally but also collectively, inspiring others rise above challenges encountered along the way, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. As time went on, Arjun continued speaking engagements, sharing insights gained through personal experiences along journey, creating impactful solutions, fostering inclusivity workplaces. With each opportunity presented before him, he felt grateful knowing every conversation mattered, every story shared could inspire others rise above challenges encountered along the way, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. Through tireless efforts fueled passion determination, the unexpected comeback unfolded, not only personally but also collectively inspiring others rise above challenges encountered along the way, proving resilience mattered most when navigating complexities life threw their way. This fifth segment emphasizes Arjun's legacy as he continues to inspire change both personally and professionally, while reflecting on the importance of community support and collective resilience in overcoming prejudice and creating lasting impact.